Hi guys, and welcome to Finish It Friday, episode 48. So let's go ahead and take over or begin where we left off. So here's our card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I noticed I'm a little off with that, so let me go ahead. There we go. No edges hanging over. All right, we have a piece of DSP that is 4 by 5 1/4. Then we have a cardstock scrap and a basic white or very vanilla scrap for your sentiment. All right, let's go ahead. Let's start with our DSP. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut 1 inch off of the bottom. Oh, I have something on my blade that left behind a little icky. So there's my bottom part. Then I'm going to cut this into 5 equal parts. Now, this is 5 1/4. So essentially, you would go a little over 1 for each of them. But I'm going to go a little under 1 just because I want to make sure that I have spacing in between. All right. So I'm going to go right, and you can't even see it. I'm going to go at that 15/16 mark. So that's the little line right before the 1. I'm going to cut 5 of these. Now, this is sort of pattern, so I don't need to keep it in order. If you have like a scene card, you would want to keep it in order. All right, again, just going at that line right before the 1. I'm going to have this little piece left. Now, you'll always have a little bit of a piece left because we want to leave, you know, space in between. I call it grout lines, but you know what I mean. All right, and now I wonder, I think I want to do it opposite. Just because I feel with the stripe, it's just too much. All right, so let's go ahead and get out my seal. Let me find a seal that's not empty. Huh, where did I put all my seals? My desk is such a mess, guys. You can't even believe it. Because look. Oh, there's one. I was going to say, because look, this one, oh, see, that one's empty. And then there's the other 2 I still have to fill up. All right, let me put my adhesive drawer back. So let's go ahead. And I'm going to do that bottom part first. I'm going to get a little bit of that edge. Don't want to get that piece stuck underneath here. Now, if you see this, I'm going to leave a very slight edge on these. So, I usually go with my 2 outsides first. So that helps me line it up. And I'm not going to be matchy-matchy with this edge. Just because I want it, I think I need to change my blade. Just because I want it to have a little bit of a grout line on either side. Oh my gosh. This one's going to act up, I can tell. Alright, again, just a little bit of a grout line. Yeah, I'm going to have to change my blade before I start doing my videos tomorrow, because that's even ripping the DSP, and usually it'll rip your cardstock, but not so much your DSP. All right, again, very narrow grout lines. I think I want to do the white here, so there's a little bit of a contrast. Let me see, am I going to have too much? So there's that. Oh, I'm going to have a lot left. It's all right. We'll do it that way. I overcompensated by how much I needed to have for my grout line in the middle there. So I can go ahead and release this by breathing on it. I'm going to go off the microphone a little bit so you don't hear me. There we go. Let me go ahead. I'm going to leave a little bit more of a grout line this time. And look at that bottom. I might have to get my... Sometimes when I use strips like this, I'll use my multi-purpose glue. So I want to get it right in that corner there so that holds down. Okay. This tape is really not liking me today. And then we have a little bit, we have a very big alley in between there. So if I had gone that 1 inch, I probably could have got by with it too. All right, then we're going to take, I got my items in from my pre-order. So here's the Modern Punch. It goes with Modern Garden. So it's a pretty fun set. So let's go ahead and I'm going to punch out that in the Lemon Lolly. I'm going to go ahead and punch it out in the basic white. I'm going to stamp on this. So I need to clean this off because I don't know what color I was using before. All right, so let me go ahead and grab my Lemon Lolly. Now this is a photopolymer stamp, so I need to get my piercing mat to go underneath that so I get a good impression. All right, and then for my saying, I think this is that doesn't fit under it, so I think I'm just going to do the It's Your Birthday. Go ahead and grab pecan pie because I love doing yellows and browns together. Now, in the examples I show later, you'll see that I use the Memento, but I think that this pecan pie will work just fine. And now I'm going to do the circle. Now for the circle, I like, and I'm wondering, this is a smaller circle. I'm going to use the bigger circle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it off here. That way it's a little bit lighter. That way it's not really competing with that sentiment. My phone keeps going off a lot. Don't know what's going on. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead then on this. Take our snips. I'm going to cut this in half. Because then I can go ahead and do those inside edges, and I'm going to line this up so I have a little bit of a color edge on that. There you are. Let me go ahead, we're going to pop that up. I'm going to put a little string in the middle just for support there. All right, peel all those backings off. There you are. They're all sticky. And I think I'm going to put it right there. And there you are. Let me get some of this out of the way. There you are with, let me bring it up to the camera. Using just a small piece of DSP and then your base card and scraps. All right, let me go ahead and show you others. Now I did write these down for you. So this one, let me go ahead and grab it out. Oh, where is it at? So this one, I did 7 strips across and I butted them all up together. So I did 3/4 of an inch. And that got you to 7. Alright, so then the next one is just 3 across. So that was 1 5/16 to get the 3 across. Well, this is using retired DSP. Sorry, I was doing birthday cards and I just love this hand painted, hand pen. I can't remember what it's called now, but it was the pen. All right, here is 4x4, and then I did the remainers in diagonally in half. So you got that. Here you have 1 1/4 by 3. So on this one, I actually, instead of doing it full length down like it shows here, oops, sorry, I'm off. I did cut it off to just have it a little more interest. Otherwise, it would look more like this. So I just cut 1.5 inches off there and left that on the bottom. And then I think this is my favorite one. Alright, so what I did on this one is I cut from corner to corner, then I went down 2 1/4 and up 2 1/4. And really, as you can see, it's kind of, this is what it looks like. So I really liked that one. I thought that it gave a lot of interest, and then I just went ahead and put my sediment over where all those pieces meet. Alright guys, thanks for sticking with me. Have a great Friday, and I hope I see you this weekend on some of my other videos. Take care.